Hello there, this is Mark Barnabas, your data protection pal, and once again we have a fortnight of updates on cyber security and data protection. But before I go on to that, just a little advertisement here. I'd like to introduce to you Data Heist, the first ever learning resource created to educate on data protection and cyber hygiene, created by yours truly. Do connect with us directly with the link below, dataheist.org, for more information. So now on to our news. Finally, I would say someone is going to push the United States President or Congress to look at a federal law for data privacy. So many people do not really know that the US of A, the United States of America, does not have a nationalized law on data privacy. And it's really up to the individual states to pass their own little laws. So, United States being the biggest economy in the world, it's kind of surprising, right? But that's politics. But today when we talk about privacy in US, we usually focus on one particular state, and that's California. And many of us use the CCPA as reference for the US privacy law. So CCPA meaning the California Consumer Privacy Act or Protection Act, and that is really the kind of benchmark for most companies. And in fact, why California? Because many tech companies are there. So I always use the Zoom's privacy policy for my trainings when in privacy, because Zoom has a very long, nice policy, and most people understand Zoom because they are using it because of the pandemic. So yeah. So with this push, I think something will happen, and we're gonna keep our eyes peeled, because I'm sure the USA would certainly have a nationalized or federal law on privacy, because it is going to affect the whole world. And next week the PIPL, the Personal Information Protection Act of China, will be passed, and the biggest country in the world has a privacy act, and I don't think USA will fall behind. And even back in Asia, we see Vietnam going forward and taking attention to privacy and data protection as well. It's about time, because in Southeast Asia we have ASEAN. For those of you not familiar, ASEAN is a group of nations in Southeast Asia. Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Philippines already have their local privacy act. Coincidentally, many of them have the same name, PDPA, like the ones in Singapore. Now, but Vietnam is a very important country for Southeast Asia. It is one of the what we call VIP countries. Vietnam, Indonesia, Philippines, the three probably the biggest and fastest growing economies in Southeast Asia that cannot be ignored. So if these countries are going to push forward and grow further beyond COVID-19, they really need to look at privacy, because big brother in Asia, China, is already passing the PIPL, as I mentioned earlier when I talked about US. So Vietnam being the closest, a very close neighbor. In fact, they share the same border to China. I'm sure Vietnam will have to look into a privacy law, or very soon to have some act being passed in Vietnam. So how does it affect you? Read this article by Mondak. I think it's really cool. And if you're doing business in Vietnam, keep your eyes open and remember to protect your data. Moving on. This is where this is a study then done by this community that many people are not protecting themselves enough online. Have you ever been impersonated before, or know someone that got impersonated on Facebook or any other form of social media? Today has been very common, because today many of us put several pieces of information on social media, and scammers can use them against not ourselves but people around us. So be really careful. And this social engineering thing is something that is very hard to prevent, yet the only way I believe is through education, and therefore only through education we can prevent some of these acts. And really, I wish that there was more taught or lessons on ethics in school, so that kids don't do this in future, or don't resort to these methods to make money. So parents, teachers, educators, please do something about it. If you're using a browser, you gotta do something, alright? Because Google Chrome has said that they have some weaknesses. So please read this article. Protect your privacy while browsing. If you're not comfortable with all these big brands like Chrome, Safari, Firefox, so on and so forth, use these nameless ones. There's this one particular app that I have downloaded in my phone. Let me just check what's it called. It's called Browser. Yes, it's just called Browser. The icon is this little brown ugly icon here. Yeah, it's just called Browser. It's like no cookies, no password saving. So check it out. Browser is called. I'll put the link below in the comment section. And well, because of what we saw earlier, looks like Vietnam is ranked higher on digital security. So, well, what's your country rank? Check out this article on e-security index, and it might be interesting for you to know what your country is ranked in this global ranking for e-security or other numbers. So this is Mark Barnabas, your data protection pal. I will look forward to seeing you. Oh yes, forgot one more article that I forgot. This is not new news, but it's news that it has been iterated over and over again. And yes, I'm an Apple user, and well, Apple is really certainly branding themselves with privacy with the new iOS 15. If you are an Apple user like myself, have you updated your OS 15? Well, the phone is still working fine. It's not slowing down or anything, so it seems okay to me. But frankly, you know, I'm guilty. I'm not using Apple Mail. I'm actually using just Outlook and Gmail. So maybe I should start looking at Apple Mail as well. I'll check it out this week or so. Alright, so yes, my name is Mark Barnabas, and I love to connect with you. If you'd like to find me on social media, it's LinkedIn, Mark Barnabas, or Facebook, Data Protection Pal, and I'd love to connect with you. And if you want to find out more about the Data Heist game that I've created, the learning resource, please connect with us on dataheist.org. So my name is Mark Barnabas. Please be safe. Please be good. You know, I'm kind of afraid of going out now because it's like 3,000, almost 3,000 cases of COVID in Singapore right now. So remember, be good, not only at home, but when you're outside. Be safe, wear your mask, take care of everybody, take care of yourself, and see you real soon. Take care and God bless.